People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called an update, clarification, or the possibility of a motive in which a very sad incident took place on Saturday at an intersection on Mountain View Avenue and Windward Road, in which 41-year-old Heather Moisten and 59-year-old Mr. Wesley Moisten lost their life in a very tragic way. Pretty much it is confirmed that the husband, Mr. Wesley, took away the wife, Mrs. Heather. Him pretty much blazed up one in her forehead, at least one in the stomach, I think. Don't quote me on the last one. And then he took it to the furthest extent to himself. Now, when this incident occurred, persons were wondering, there's all sorts of speculation. What would be the motive for a happy wife and husband to really take it, or the husband to take it to that extent? It was a bit extreme. So there was all sorts of speculation all over social media, in the news, in a real life. However, based on conversation that I've had and people, I can't confirm it, but however, people told me, and then I've seen it all over social media. It is said that this man had left the fire brigade and he retired, left the job completely, and he went overseas to live. He was residing over there in America. He was in a relationship. He got married to a lady. However, it seems as if that relationship did not work out, because it is alleged that him lit the lady, abuse her. She pressed charges, and then it went to court. He was convicted, and then he did some time. And you know, in America, if you're not a citizen, that is a very serious charge. It come like drugs and gun, sometimes even worse. He was then deported back to Jamaica. People, I am not sure if Heather had that information. She knew about his past. However, them meet, them get together, them get married. However, it was not to be happily ever after. Actually, until DEPORTED did they both part. So people are said to themselves, then hold on a minute. If this man go overseas and then him clot up this lady and she press charge upon him, it seems as if him have a history of abuse. It seems as if him have a temper anger management problem. Don't know if this was displayed, because obviously when this lady met him, she saw the better part of him. She saw the charm. She saw whatever sweet talk he had. And obviously, you know, say a lot of times, whenever you see these older lady and younger men, sometimes the SCX is up there. I am not going to say in all instances, me just say. So maybe she was not aware. Maybe she was knocked out by his charm, literally. And they met and they got married. Obviously, she must have liked him at one point. However, it seems as if things start to take a turn for the worse. Trouble in paradise, like me always say. And they decided that, listen, or she looked like she was the one that decided that, listen, this not gonna work out, you know. You need to pack your stuff and you need to go. We are not seeing eye to eye. Plus, based on information that was out there, it is said that it seems as if he was also cheating. There was some sorts of infidelity. So not only based on the information that is out there that I cannot confirm, is that she is the major breadwinner. She has a better job. She has a better education. She is better financially. She's better off in life, totally. So she tell him, say, pretty much, him have to pack him stuff, him dulcimina bag, and him have to go. They have to go separate ways. He does not have to go home. However, he has to get the FUCK out of the house. Now people, in a Jamaica, if you're married, 5 years or so, common law wife, or if you're married officially, if you get together 5 years, or if you're married officially, those assets probably need to be shared. Whether you are the major or minor breadwinner, it does not matter. So people, me don't know what was the arrangement as it pertains to that. So people, remember I told you, based on word on the street, is that he was in a next relationship. Him pretty much touch up the lady, lick up the lady, and there was some sorts of court case. He got convicted, he got time, and he was basically deported back to Jamaica. Whether him get deported or him volunteer and left, him have to left out of there. So when you look at this now, and we are said to ourselves, a lot of times these men that obviously do this stuff, them have insecurity problem, them have confidence problem. They cannot face rejection. So I guess when she had tell him to leave, or him have to left, or pack up him stuff, this is not working out. It seems as if him have some sorts of flashback again on people. I am not saying that it is any sort of justification for anybody to take out anybody. No justification, none at all. Whether them a cheat, whether them talk down to you, I understand it might be something that influence people to do what they do. However, it is wrong. DEAD wrong, regardless of what happened. You are not supposed to use any sorts of tool and take with anybody or by any other means necessary. So it seems when him look at the situation, he must say to himself, and people, I am psychoanalyzing, I could be wrong, me just say possibility. He must say to himself, alright, me left my job at the fire brigade. Because usually if you retire from the fire brigade, based on what most persons told me, is either you have some sorts of illness, some sorts of sickness, some sorts of physical ability, or you retire because you was going to move overseas. It seems as if that was the case in his case. So him left, go overseas, whatever happened, don't know who was wrong, who was right. But in America, from you put your hand on any sort of woman, you're wrong, whatever motive or whatever she did to instigate it, it does not give you any sorts of justification. So then that lady did it to him, and then him come back to Jamaica from whence he came, back to square one, back behind the 8 ball. And then this got happen again if what they are saying is true. He is facing a rejection once again, whether he calls it or not. So he must say to himself, rejection in America, woman do this to me. So it seems as if this man have some sorts of bitter feelings in him heart for women. When it is all good, when it is all okie-dory, he does not have a problem. However, the fact that he had that bad experience, even though he might have caused it, and then him come back again, and this lady I go kick him out of the house, which is in Smokyville, which is a good neighborhood, I am assuming. We know that in a Jamaica, every good place, uptown place, them have a little garrison to the side. But I doubt that that was the situation of this couple. More than likely, they were living that uptown life. It is said that he is from St. Mary, so therefore he is not from any sort of big-time family. So when he met this lady, after his situation overseas, and he was shown some good life, and he might live that uptown life, he must say to himself, me leaving this relationship or me being rejected in this relationship is as if it is a next deportation in the lifestyle. I don't know if I can face this one. I don't know if I can go on with a lesser life, meaning a normal life. So it seems as if him said to himself, you know, sir, if me can't have her, nobody else can have her. If me have to suffer, she have to go suffer too. So therefore, me not take this pain by myself, even though I might have caused it because I have a history of ABUSE. because I am obsessive, because I am jealous, because I am a cheating P-I-E-C-E of ish. People, me no know, me just a tell you we're out there. So it seems as if him decides say him going to take it to the worst extent. And people, like me say, it must have been in his mind for a little while. It must have been something that this lady experienced. You know, so this brother I get carried away. Not only is he allegedly cheating, when him a cheat and me talk is as if him get aggressive. Him want bad me up and use reverse psychology like say, and me are the problem and he is the victim. People, that is how psychopaths are. Whenever they realize that they've been caught in some sort of corner, then them start lash out and make the person that is right seems as if they are wrong. In their own deluded mind, that is how they think. People, it is sad how this lady lost her life because of one man's selfish decision that, listen, if we can't be together, then both of we are goats in a heel of B-U-L-L-E-T-S. One in your head, one in my head. He made that decision. I am sure that this lady had no part in that decision-making process. As a matter of fact, while she should not have been caught off guard, because I know that she must have been seeing the signs, but she probably said to herself, like many of ladies before her and many of ladies that is going to get the same treatment just like her, me not think say him would take it to the furthest extent. People, the people that are quiet sometimes and not the people that are aggressive, they are even the worst ones. Like them say, silent river runs deep. It is best if you see the problem, either wanna seek some sorts of professional counseling or seek divine intervention, take it to the church or something. Because usually when the problem starts, it never usually gets better. It only gets worse. And people, it seems or it is obvious that that is the case in this case. Now another thing, persons were saying, well, him a 41 and she a 59, even though it is a 18 years difference. Nothing wrong with that. Age has nothing to do with it. And people, I mention the age because me I say, usually a younger man, him no want an older woman. A older man, we get a young girl. That is more the norm rather than the exception. But usually, whenever you see a younger man and people, I am not saying that it does not happen and there are no instances or relationship where these people don't have success and them love each other in a real life. But in most cases, whenever you see a younger man with an older lady, he is usually a freeloader. She is usually the person that is footing the bill, meaning the major breadwinner. If you find yourself in that situation and you make it work, you make it work. But me just say, sometimes some sorts of cougarism a go on, some sorts of freeloader. This person is in it because he likes that lifestyle that older lady can afford him. So therefore, he is more like a pestilence. It is not a symbiotic. Well, it is symbiotic because people benefit. She get a younger man in which maybe him have some charm, maybe at the sex. People, me no know. Me just can only talk in general. I cannot say that is the case in this case, speaking in general terms. And next thing, when this incident occurred, I realized that he was in some sorts of shirt. There was some sorts of logo on it, so obviously he was working. And I even noticed that people are saying in the comment section, oh, you just assume say, the man have him money, the man have him own business. People, here is the fact. You having a business that is running does not mean that business is profitable. Maybe that business is in financial problem, maybe that business is struggling. So therefore, when that business is struggling and then you are struggling in your life, it does not make it any sorts of better. I am sure that Had he been in the position where he had a business that is successful and he was making money, and him can leave and go find a place that is just as nice as Smokyville where they reside, he might have rethink that decision. He might not have taken that lady out and himself like he did. Me just say, thinking logically. So anyways, people, at the end of the day, like me say, this is a very tragic situation that maybe could have been avoided, that this is not going to be the last time. This is not the first time that we've seen it, because we notice that the heads of the men especially, them sick, and people, I am not saying that there is no sort of instance where this is not reversed, wherein a lady take out her husband. However, it is more likely that it is going to be a man that is doing this BS. So like me say, and I'll say once again, whenever you're in any sort of relationship, and then there's any sort of abuse, whether it is verbal, whether it is physical, emotional, it is not a very good sign. It is usually the sign that is telling you that, listen, seek some sort of help or get the HELL out of town. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.